Fed just raised 75 basis point hike just today, and there is a looming recession happening here maybe tomorrow with the new reports of the GDP coming out. If we are in a recession, 2 quarters of negative growth. If you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to my next Bitcoin, and we're doing a quick market update. This is something that I really enjoy personally, selfishly, because I try to learn from all of you guys. And I like doing these things live. It's something new that I've really grown to love and like, just because I could say what's up to Meta Owl for being here early. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. It was a great birthday. It was very calm through the day. I had some people over at night. I had actually the bandit and the warden over that night. And yeah, we're just super excited about it. So thank you for the birthday wishes. But I am ready to get back into this thing. I'm looking to see what a recession looks like for you and for me, and what the heck are we going to be doing to get out of it? How do we capitalize? How do we grow stronger from it? Anyway, thanks for joining, and let's cut right into everything. Let me see if I could pull up. Let me see if I can pull up my thing here. Bitcoin is here. Boom, there we go. So Bitcoin right now is sitting at a price of 23 300 basically, and it's sitting on the high end, as you can tell from this like little low high thing. And yeah, it basically ripped up. It basically went up during the Fed meeting today because of the 75 basis point hike. Fed. Everyone kind of knew this was coming. I was thinking, oh, it could be like 1%, 1 full percentage point. It wasn't, but it definitely was still a lot. And we're still seeing some of the effects from that today. And so it hasn't come down. If I was looking to buy in Bitcoin, I would not be doing this right now. Personally, I'm not your financial advisor. Definitely not. You definitely don't want to trade, financial advice from a cowboy like me, because it's crazy out here, and no one can predict these markets, least of all myself. Strega Heart, what's going on? One hell of a rodeo. That's for sure. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where, I mean, there's so much happening right now that I don't even know how to make heads or tails of this, but I'm glad that you guys are here with me. So I'm looking at Bitcoin, and I was literally watching the price of Bitcoin on the minute chart while I was watching Jerome Powell talk, and that thing just shot up within like 30 minutes of itself. It's like these two big green sticks. I think someone bought in when they were like, okay, 75 basis point hike. Now we know what we're going to be doing. So they're not going to have a meeting in August. Their next meeting is in September. But between then, you have 3 CPI reports: July 28th, tomorrow, August 10th, and September 13th. And so they said they're going to be watching these, basically inflation, and seeing if it's rising like crazy. They're going to decide whether it's going to be a 75 basis point hike or 50 basis point hike, or lower or higher. You know what I mean? That's just what they're going to do. I think a lot of people right now are talking about a 50 basis point hike and not a 75 one, maybe possibly. But yeah, we're looking at like maybe a 50, 25, 25 before the end of the year. So see, that's where it's at. Hey, Cowboy, is there going to be a giveaway today? Not today. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. You never know if I'm going to be doing a giveaway. Honestly, possibly, possibly. I got NFTs. I got, yeah, maybe. We'll see. Ezra, what's going on? J Crypto. See, we were right. I forgot we were right about, but I'm glad to know that we're right. But Bitcoin is on fire. Yes, Raj. Bitcoin's on fire right now. I'm still a little concerned. Okay, so like here we go. Here's the Fed meeting. Look at this. You can see that at like 2 o'clock, this started just ripping and all the way to the top. Personally, I'm not buying in right now. I'm gonna wait for this to come down, or I want to see what levels we are. I did sell my Bitcoin that I was like kind of trading at 22,300. So not quite the top, but like right in the middle here. That was a play that I made with my bots. I'm going to switch up my grid bots. I have enough information that I can make a video now and kind of share that with you. And probably the video will come out next week or this week. I'm not sure when. There's a couple of videos I have scheduled here. We said the Fed would raise 75 basis points and things would pump. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so yeah, things are pumping because people feel are stable. I think people are just feeling good, stable. The question is tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is the next day that I wanted to know. The next point is like, hey, what's going to happen tomorrow? There's a lot of conflicting information about what even is a recession. You know what I mean? Like it's confusing, and so I want to walk us through some of those questions And Jay Crypto Mine, I enjoyed like talking with you, and I'll actually all of you guys. Ezra is another one that's been always here, but I want to know, like, with a recession on the rise, how do we even think through this recession? What should we be doing in this recession? And are there any coins to be looking out for in this recession? And so I do have a play of the day. I'm not sure if you want to take it or not. I'm not even sure if I want to take it. It's just kind of a little bit of research that I'm looking at. But for Bitcoin, I want to look at this. This is the Bitcoin rainbow chart, and it just generally shows like uh, where Bitcoin sits on in comparison of where it could be. And you see here, it is definitely on this fire sale area if you want to take it at that. Can we see this moving? Let's see if I can move this thing. Can we see Bitcoin trending up this way, or maybe like kicking around, like puttering around for a little bit, like over here and like over here too? Um, I don't know, maybe not for long. Maybe this was it. Maybe this is the time where, okay, Bitcoin's going to start to make a nice little run up, and we could see a nice little long trend. I mean, you see this right here. This time frame was down. This one was kind of short, but it, kind of like a small bull trap, I guess. And this type, there was a certain significant time frame. So who knows? I'm not even sure if this is technical analysis or rainbow analysis is what I'm probably better at. But if we're seeing at fire sale territories right here, and the next halving is 2024, which is what I think is another a bull run at least minimum. I think there's other catalysts for a bull run, but if we say, let's see here. Okay, so like this halving, there was a halving here, it continued and then ripped. A halving here, continued, rip. Having here, fire sale, rip. So I'm assuming, do you think we're going to trend over here this far, continue, and rip? Do you think that's our pattern? Do you think it could go up this way instead? Could a pattern emerge where we're looking at Bitcoin like this? Is that the pattern? I don't know. Well, it looks to seem that there are two peaks here. And so would this be a peak and this be a peak? Huh. And if we're to peak there, what would the price be? I'm learning with you guys. I'm learning with you guys. The price would be 86 to 90. Wow. Probably around 50. I'm just kind of now learning this right now. So I'm just kind of thinking through this. Let me go back here. Yo, what's going on, Mike Thomas? Tree Cities, what's happening, man? You have arrived. You haven't seen the bottom yet. The world is very unstable right now. Personally, when I make profits, I put half in the stable coin, half. I do the same thing. Long-term holds like DOT. In 2020, halving was skewed because of the COVID. It should have ripped to 100K, but you'll notice it pumped and dumped. Learn what projects are actually doing stuff in the bear market. Okay, so yes, and yes. I agree with, I think, all accounts. We're looking backwards though, guys. I'm trying to look forwards as much as possible. To me, if we follow a Bitcoin pattern here, okay, we're gonna see a different scaling up, downtrend, and then rip. If you saw this right here, rainbow chart analysis. Is this technical? No. Is this financial advice? Definitely not. But well, it's it's cowboy opinion right now. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna start accumulating Bitcoin right now. Time to buy. According to this chart, it is. Look, let's zoom out. Let's talk macroeconomics here. I want to talk about the Fed raising hikes again, okay, or rate hike raising rates again. Sorry, hiking rates again. Golly, why is that so hard? So they're raising 75 basis points. Everyone kind of saw this happening. Everyone knew this was going to happen. Here's the press release, right? Recent indicators say production is softened, spending production is softened, meaning the economy is just like there's less in the economy, but jobs are growing in recent months. To me, with this statement, and I watched the Fed meeting at work. It was 2:30 here in Florida. To me, I saw a political instrument when I heard this. Russia's war against Ukraine is causing tremendous human and economic hardship. The war and related events are creating additional upward pressure on inflation and are weighing in on global economic activity. The committee is very highly attentive to inflation risk. To me, they are blaming Russia and Ukraine war, mainly Russia's war against Ukraine. They're blaming that on inflation, and now they're just basically saying we're going to see what Russia does because this all of this is their fault. To me, um, to me that's a political instrument. To me, that's a political ploy. It could, because it's also paired with some of the questions that he was being asked after his statement about does he think he's in a recession, and he was like, "Well, no, not really. There's no recession." It's like you guys. I don't know if you guys have been into this, but basically, the White House put out this statement. How do economists determine whether our economy is in recession? Surprise, surprise, before the GDP numbers are out tomorrow, which everyone, I mean, no doubt they already know the answer to that. They're going to be negative, and they're going to be like, let's just change the definition of recession here. It's actually very, very silly. Anthony Pomp says they're gaslighting. I feel like this bait and switch maneuver. It's like saying, like, if you crash the car and you go out to your mom and you're like, "Hey, mom, are you gonna be mad that I crashed the car?" Like, no, honey, I'm just hypothetically, mom. Hypothetically, if I crashed the car, would you be mad? Okay, would you ground me? She's like, no, honey, I'd just be okay. And then, okay, good, because like you tell her 2 days later, I crashed the car. So, and to release this July 21st is very silly because it's like only 7 days before the numbers for GDP decline comes out. It's like they're not even trying to hide it. They think we're foolish, and I think that's silly. I think it's so silly. So I don't know. We won't rip until we have another halving. That's one of my indicators that I think that we like a halving will rip it. But it, according to this rainbow chart, which has barely been wrong, that we won't rip until another halving until it's 41,000. So Bitcoin will be 41,000 before we hit a new halving, at least minimum compared to the Bitcoin chart. So if you're buying it now at 20,000, that's double from where it could be 40,000. So the 2x on our money, maybe Bitcoin is the play right now. Maybe not immediately with this little green stick right here, but maybe in the future here. So I'm trying to see a downturn here, and maybe do some bots. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. So they raised the rates with this Federal Reserve statement, and they're trying to determine what a recession is. And then the U.S. is not in a recession. Fed Chairman Powell says we're not in a recession yet. And they gave all the topics of this. They gave this data point topic. They're like, okay, no. The NBER is the people who determine what a recession is, not what it's been openly and widely accepted as a recession. Okay, so let me see. I thought this was very interesting. What is a recession? Okay. What? So I was looking through like what people say. This one was done by a Harvard professor. Like, oh yeah, no, this was done, by the way, July 22, and this statement was pushed out. Let's see right here. This statement was pushed out July 21. So I feel like Harvard is a little talking piece for the White House, just because you're in Harvard, and then they just ship them money. They just repeat all the stuff here, and then they ship Harvard a lot of subsidies and money. So, and they say the same stuff. It's kind of silly. Like I'm seeing right through this National Bureau of Economic Research. Like, since when? I mean, like I've always known as two negative growths, but I thought this particular article, which was written July 12, so predates that press release from the White House. Kind of helps me, right? They bring up the National Bureau of Economic Research as well, but they say this. I thought this was very interesting. In 1974, economist Julius Shiskin came up with a few rules of thumb for defining a recession. The most popular was 2 consecutive quarters of declining GDP. A healthy economy expands over time, so 2 quarters in a row contracting output suggests that there are serious underlying problems, according to Shiskin. This definition of a recession has become a common standard over the years. Okay, but the National Bureau of Economic Research generally defines it lasting more than a few months, normally visible with real GDP, real income, employment, industrial production, and wholesale retail sales. So they take in more of an account. I actually like this better. It's a more holistic number. You get more of a accurate number, but you can't change up the definition on us when you know the answer's coming out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish they would have put this out way before, because I think it's more accurate and I think it's more holistic. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the new definition of recession? And we're going to tie this all back to Bitcoin, right? But in a macroeconomic environment, meaning in a bigger, you know, economy of just Bitcoin and crypto, we have to think about this stuff because all of this affects the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin's going to pump. Halfcore, what's going on, brother? What's going on, by the way? Bitcoin's going to pump then dump in August. And what is this going to say? And that will pull down all those altcoins so we can buy bunches of what we want, bunches in alts. What do you what's going to pull it down in August? I'm not too sure. They want and to what levels? They want to make more global look seem smart. They want to take a more global look seem smart. Yeah, I think so too. I like that. I like the definition better, but you can't switch it up in the final hour here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you're just playing politics to me. That's just playing politics. If you don't know what the National Bureau of Economic Research is, it's apparently, you know, I've never heard of it. I don't know much about it, but I like I said, I like their definition of a recession. I think it's better. We should take this moving forward. However, this is very convenient, very political for the White House to put this out ahead of these numbers. So I'm just already assuming negative GDP growth and a recession is coming on. So that brings me to all the way back to Bitcoin. And by the way, Ethereum's cutting it too. Ethereum is really like making a tear too. So in the 1 hour percentage, 2% gain, but in 24 hour, 15% gain. Bitcoin at 9% gain, and a 7 day, this is at 11% gain with Ethereum. So Ethereum's been ripping too. Oh, ripping even more too. Look at this. Look at this green stick. Look at this green stick, baby. So if you're holding Ethereum, good for you. Is it a time to sell? I don't know. I'm not selling my Ethereum. I'm just holding. Right now, I'm holding. I don't understand how a interest rate hike can cause a pump. Okay, so good question, Gates. Here's how that happens. When they hike the interest, so the markets do not like instability, and they don't like the unknown. So when something is revealed, when something is known, that's when I think more investors feel more comfortable with going in. Okay, so maybe the question was, we don't know if it's a 100% or a 100 basis point hike or a 75 basis point hike. Everybody already knows it's going to be bad. So it's just, are they getting the bad news or the worst, the really ugly news? And it looks like the ugly news did not come out. So 75 basis point hike. People still want to get into the market, and so that's where they're going. And some of the stuff that Jerome Powell was talking about wasn't as doom and gloom. It was a lot of like, hey, you know what? We'll see. We'll look. I don't think we're in a recession. There's a lot of factors to look at. So, and they were. It seemed like, I think they put out a number. It seemed like they were discounting out any future rate hikes of 1 full percentage point, and maybe possibly even 75 basis point, depending on what they see. And so that's what caused a pump. Is security, is the known. The fear of the unknown causes those things to drop, but the knowledge of the known causes the pump. Makes investors feel secure, causes the pump. That's what it is. That's personal. This is personal, opinion. I'd like to hear people weigh in on this. The US economy is doing a lot better than the rest of the world. So yes, this is true, Meta Owl. And the reason for that, in my opinion, I think, from my learning, is that because we are raising our interest rates, any kind of foreign money is weaker compared to the dollar. Everything is in competition with itself. And so in comparison to the dollar, our dollar is stronger than, let's say, the lira, the ruble, the yen, like all that kind of stuff. So I think investors will want to run to the dollar, and that's why that's happening. I'm not sure what ETC stands for. It's not the Fed. They're about to print another $1 trillion, not the Fed. Insider trading. Yeah, I could see them, like I said in before. I mean, one of my biggest things was like, I see if a Fed U-turns, bull runs back on. If we see a Fed U-turn, bull runs back on, and we're seeing this kind of soften up before midterm elections. I think this is a freaking what's it called? Political instrument. I think he turned into a political instrument. I think that's what happened. I think uh I think we're getting played like a fiddle, guys. I think all these the government, the Fed, big business, big tech, all this guy, big food. I think we're all getting played. I think that's what's happening. And so here's what I want to do. I want to make a case for how personally am intending to get through a recession. Okay. And maybe we could sit down, you and me, and let's think through. Okay. A recession is coming. Did you know that we have the longest time we've gone without a recession is 14 years? 14 years is the longest time period we have gone without a recession. And that didn't happen in like the 1900s. That didn't happen in 1950s or 60s or 70s. It's today. We have gone 14 years without a recession. And so, I got this statistic from PBD. I think that was very interesting. And I think um, we have to start preparing ourselves for, not start, we should have been already preparing ourselves for these massive dumps, these massive recession woes. I mean, like, we working, I mean, like, unemployment is, there's 2 to 1 job, there's 2 jobs for every 1 person that is in the workforce right now. I could kind of guess why, and maybe I could get some of your guys' opinions. But I guess I would be taking a shot in the dark with some research that I've been thinking about. But I'm still preparing for a recession. I have to try to, like, for my own sake and my family and all, I want to try to know where we're going as an economy, and where we're going to be and how we're going to play. The reason Bitcoin is going to dump, let me see, bring this on screen, is because of holders hold BTC from 2014. Have not been able to sell it. I forget why in August, because that feeds up to the holders. Interesting. I'd be curious to see some research in there. If the Fed really cared about making things right, they would have raised the rates by 9%. You know what? I agree with that. If they really cared to fight inflation and crush it, I mean, like, I think you're right too, because if they're scared of raising unemployment, there's every 2 jobs to every 1 worker, able-bodied workers. So you have room to play with to eliminate these jobs. So I don't know what they're talking about. They bought them in 2014 for approximately $300. That's awesome. Recession will cancel until next year. I don't know. I don't know about that, M Town. I don't know if recession is completely canceled till next year. I am not acting like that. That's for sure. Maybe it is. I definitely am not acting like that. And here are some of the things that I'm trying to do. And I wanted to share this with you, because this is just some of the stuff on the back end that I wouldn't necessarily put in a video, but I would just speak to you guys, and I just want to tell you guys. Right now, the first thing I'm doing is I'm trying to make myself better. I'm reading some more financial books. The Prize. So this is the Epic Quest for Oil and Money and Power, Lessons of History, and Lords of Finance. I feel like if I read these books, my content will be better. My understanding for finance and money will be better, and ultimately, my thoughts on Bitcoin will be more flushed out and thorough for you guys. So I think that's the first way I'm doing. I'm on a little reading plan right now. I think the second thing I'm doing is I'm making connections. I don't know if you see, but at least in the Cardano space, I'm trying to make more connections, especially through my AMAs. I'm trying to make more connections with VCs and big shakers and movers. I want to be able to serve these people and give to these people and really help them, for the sole reason of just having a friend or a connection, someone I could, like, hey, what's happening on your side of the world? What's happening in your sphere? I just want to know, in case I have less blind spots when I have more people around me. I always say, the number one thing I think that I could do for myself in crypto is to put myself in a community, and I'm trying to build up a high valuable community around me. And so that's what I'm doing. One of those communities is the High Rollers Club. I think those guys are amazing. They're smarter than I am. Rico is another guy. Halfcore is another dude. Al, another dude. They're all just brilliant people. I try to add like CNFTs to my portfolio. NFTs in general. I try to, on the outside, I try to build more income. I don't know about you guys. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to build a business. Like right now, I'm looking into how I could parlay Cowboys of Crypto, the YouTube channel, and how I could make like a marketing business out of that for other crypto projects. I'd be definitely interested to see like how to build out a Discord group and like outsource to a person, or how to generate engagement and awareness and for people's projects. And so that's this kind of stuff that I'm thinking. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. How are you guys increasing your value, your worth, your money, your cash flow, your positions in this during this time? We're not in a recession technically, but yeah, let me know. Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat here. Mike Thomas, how much minimum income basic for a family? Not sure what that means. How much minimum income basic for a family? Help me out, Mike Thomas. Give me some structures to that. Aaron, what gift did you get on your birthday? G3, thanks for checking in on me. I actually got 3 things that I really love. Okay, actually 4 things I really love. Actually, a lot of things. I got a lot of things. The first thing was just spending time with my family. The second thing, I got a fan for my garage. It's a Ryobi fan. All my tools are Ryobi, so it's like battery and cordless, so I love that. I got a smoker because I love making old fashions, and so I could smoke the inside like with a little torch and stuff like that. I got bourbon to make old fashions with, and I got an automatic salt and pepper shaker to have to season my steaks with. So it's like a very dad gifts. It's like what I really got is I really got really daddish gifts this year, and I'm happy with it. I'm okay. It gives me joy. We got Bitcoin last recession. This time people will learn Definity. Definity, I think I said this last time. I thought that project was dead. I thought Definity was dead. I invested in it too, and it just crashed when I invested late, but I thought Definity was dead. Look it up really quick. Definity. That's like International Computer or whatever. They're like Definity. Internet computer. Yeah. So, oh, it's ripping right now. Okay. Oh, it's ripping big. 6.2 to 7.2. What is that? What percentage difference is that? Give me the percentage difference. How do I figure that out in here? Ugh. That's big. Oh, 13%. 13% difference. Yeah, good job. Internet computer. Yeah, I did a video on it a long time ago, and it seemed really good. Like, yeah, it seemed really good. Yeah, good deal. Let me see here. Yeah, Aaron, thoughts on Ethereum 2.0 this September? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, good question. Buy the rumor, sell the news. The question is the rumor out already, right? Here's the thing. Here's my thoughts. If ETH 2.0 doesn't matter, the macroeconomic environment matters. I don't think any amount of information upgrades is going to do squat compared to what when in September is it going to be? Because if CPI numbers coming out September 13th and they suck and they tank, and the Fed comes out and they start turning it back, that's bad news. But if the Fed is is a little softer, kind of pulls back their rate hikes, and at ETH 2.0, they could rip high. I could see it ripping better, higher than percentage gains than others, right? Like Bitcoin tends to be solid, but Ethereum might, be performing better. Like even now, 10% increase from Bitcoin, but 16% increase from Ethereum. So smart buy, in my opinion. Smart buy. Not right now. Tie. Smart buy though. Buy and hold. That's what that. And that's me considering. That's me more leaning on the power of the macroeconomic environment, not on just the Ethereum information. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. Mount Gox is we're paying the holders. Yeah, I saw that in Bitcoin for the hack. That's 3 billion in sell pressure on top of the negative sell pressure. Ooh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so that is true. That's a factor. I think they've been paying each other back though. I'm not sure when that happens. A man of meats. Yeah, Sam's tea. I like steaks. I I was cracking that pepper so much and that salt so much because I like to over season my stuff, but my forearms were killing me, and so I wanted to do that. I have Ryobi's also lots of accessories in it. Yeah, I love Ryobi's. This will cause a pull down in the market in a whole. Yeah, agreed. This will cause a pull down for sure. BTC had back to 19. Yeah, likely. You think Mount Gox is going to crush this market, huh? Sell pressure, Mount Gox. Maybe if I were to bet on it, I would buy when they're repaying their. Would them be transferring Bitcoin be crushing the market? Well, maybe because all those people who are receiving Bitcoin would sell, probably. Yeah. These Mount Gox people are only getting their dollar value back, not their Bitcoin held. Most likely won't sell. It's hard to say. I have to do research, guys. I have to do more research on that. I don't know enough to talk intelligently about that. I'm trying to think. If I was someone who invested in Mount Gox and I got Bitcoin back, would I sell? Probably not. That's me though. Would other people sell? I don't think so. If they got it back in stablecoin, would they pour into the market? Would they buy Bitcoin? Maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know enough for me to really kind of talk intelligently about it. I'm sorry. So yeah. Some lossless though. Lossless is that coin with I think security. Yeah, I like this one. It's been a while since I visited this one. Everything's ripping. So if I say something's ripping, it's only because Bitcoin's ripping. So you know what I mean? Like, yeah. See, everything's in the green. If you're not in the green, it's a trash coin. So yeah, the only reason everything's ripping. So the question is, which ones are going better than anything else? In the last 24 hours, Ethereum's hiked up, Cardano's hiked up, which is good. We like Cardano, Solana, Contemporary, that's good. Oh, Polygon. Dang it. See, I knew last time when Polygon went crazy in the last like week, I was like, man, if Polygon goes down again, I'm gonna pick that up. And I didn't pick it up. And so here it is sitting at 17%, looking at me in the face. I'm gonna promise myself again. Oh, Uniswap, 27%. Golly. Good googly moogly. Good for you, Uniswap. Way to go. I wish I owned Uniswap. That's awesome. Ethereum Classic. I don't even want to touch Ethereum Classic. I don't care. I don't care if we got 32% up. That's crap. Who cares? I wonder how like those microcap coins go, like metaverse and metagaming and all that kind of stuff. Like 8.19%. Wow, these seem to be way more volatile, way more upside. Engine coin, yeah, it sounds good. One thing I did want to bring up that's not related to this recession talk and stuff like that is the UK. My brothers across the pond. I really thought this was interesting because they are expanding their definitions, like into. They're saying crypto is now being a new classification, a new class of things called a data asset. And so they're like expanding and really trying to pin down regulation for this. I think this is very, very bullish. Like I said, I say it all the time. Regulation, Fed U-turn of quantitative easing, or halving. Those are the three things that I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for any real news that could change the markets, it's one of those three things. And halving, there's no news there, so that's gone. It's either regulation or Fed U-turn. Those are the only two. Fed seems to be U-turning right now. The ship seems to be like turning its course right now. So I am concentrated on that type of news. Why? Because those are the types of news that I think will matter for the prices of our assets, and good or bad. So that's where I'm at. Let me get to a play of the day. ETC Ethereum Classic has been 51%. 51 has been 51% hacked 5 times. That's ridiculous. That sucks. Optimism is rocketing. Yeah, probably have lost my wallet. Example: BTC was $400 for one Bitcoin, so they're getting $400 back, not the one BTC. Oh, got it. Okay. Wow. Crypto minded. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, and that was in 2018, so that's not that big a deal, I don't think. the amount back. Okay, well, that solves that. No big issue there. I don't think that's going to be a big mover and shaker. If that's true, and I think J Crypto is actually right. I heard that also somewhere. Get to the play of the day. Here's the play of the day for me, and it's based on what I think will move more, and it's this Cardano. I think Cardano may break out to a bull run to $1. I don't think $1. I actually think some like 60 cents. But 60 cents from 50 cents is pretty good. The reason why this chart cites it is the Basel hard fork, which is actually a good thing because it seems like it was delayed by Charles said this is going to be a delay. There's been like 7 bugs that was found, and you could read through this. I'm not going to read through this article. You could read yourself, but he said that this was delayed, and I think that's negative news. That's good for negative price. That's good for buyers. And I think that if I'm going to buy into Cardano, I want to buy it with bad news so that I know that when this thing rips again, I would have gotten it at a good price. This is my personal take on this. This is not financial advice. This is something that I am looking into. I'm looking for like a good entry point here. So for me, I'm looking at 2 points of entry in 2 particular coins. One is Bitcoin after the GDP numbers come out tomorrow morning, and 2 is Cardano. Those are the 2 plays that I'm looking at, especially in the next 10 hours or whatever it is. So it's still Bitcoin, a lot of Bitcoin, 143,000 Bitcoin in total. That's a lot of Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin. Regulations mean it's real. 100%. Guys, let me know what you guys think about Cardano. You like it? You don't like it? Give me a 1 if you like. Give me a 2 if you don't. I want to know if you guys think Cardano, because their Basel hard fork upgrade is coming soon, and what that means is basically network scalability and performance, higher transaction load, more transactions. So that's basically what that means. It's just able to process bigger transactions faster, which already Cardano is pretty fast. So they're looking to just crush the competition with that kind of stuff. You could read this kind of stuff. I mean, just Google Basel hard fork and you'll be good to go. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. 1, like Cardano? Come on, there's 18 people in here. We need it to buy NFTs so it has utility. Yeah, for personally, I know full and well not everyone likes the CNFT space. I prefer to diversify my cryptos. I know J Crypto Minded doesn't like the NFTs, but he likes Cardano, I guess. So there you go. Guys, if you guys would please give me a like on this video. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to do more lives, as you guys can tell, and less videos. But although I'm still going to do videos, I'm still trying to figure out the cadence and balance. The rhythm of life is what I'm dealing with. ICP NFT all day. I need to see more from ICP. I don't know what that is, or what they're doing, or what they built. I mean, it totally crashed. There's a lot of hype to it, and that hype was sold. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not against it, but I'm for a couple other things too. Cardano is more than just an NFT blockchain. Yes, that is 100% true. I'm talking to a few developers on Cardano. All of you guys know Steven already from Wi-Fi Finance. I like that guy. I like the project. Not paid sponsor. No, not a talking head piece. I just like him. I like Meld. I'm looking at Meld. What else? I'm focusing a lot on the NFTs, but not really. I have people around me focusing on the NFTs that I just kind of ask questions for them. I like to see what the development on Cardano looks like in the future, especially when Solana is always breaking down like an old car. So yeah, I've been in Cardano space since 2017. Good. The ecosystem is dope. Yeah, I'm for it. Anyways, guys, a little bit shorter one. I got jujitsu in the morning, so I'm gonna start to get to go in there. My dummy's out here in the back trying to wrestle me. So I'm gonna there it is right there. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me on the stream. Appreciate you guys. J Crypto Minded, Half Court, Meta Owl, you must own a lot of ICP. You be shilling that kind of stuff, man. Who else in the Gates? I saw you talking Sam T. We're gonna have to grill out sometime, my man. Tree Cities West, guys. Thank you so much. You guys have any questions? Like Thomas, you guys have any questions? So let me know. Anyways, guys, I'll be alive tomorrow. Let's do it. Live tomorrow, probably 11 p.m. Got here late. Have a good night, Crawford. It's a pleasure, man. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah. Probably go live tomorrow night. I'll probably have the Bandit on. I can't ask him to do what I'm doing every night. It's just a lot. So maybe I should try to get more guests on a rotation. What price Bitcoin will you buy? Oh, good question. Let me think. Let me pull that up before we go. I think I'm less on the price right now because it's only like a matter of a couple $1,000 compared to what will be the what I think the GDP will do to the markets. If it tanks a lot, if I'm hoping for red sticks tomorrow, big red sticks tomorrow, I'm buying in big. That's what I'm doing, Gates. I'm less concerned about the price here. So yeah, if I see big red sticks tomorrow, I'm buying in. I'm kind of on the opinion that we're going to see a little bit of a run up right now. That's my opinion. Through at least mid-August. That's my personal opinion, not financial advice. So yeah, take that for what it is. If I see if you see big red sticks from Bitcoin tomorrow morning, know that Cowboys bought. Okay, and if and I'm gonna probably intend to hold or maybe just like do some flips and stuff like that. If I see like a channel forming, towards middle of August, even into September. So I'm a little more bullish now. I'm a little more bullish. I'm a little more bullish, and I don't mind missing this pump as long as I get in here, and then there's a lot more upside to be in. I think we'll see. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Mallard's NFT sold? No, not yet. It hasn't sold yet, but we'll see. And we could catch up on it tomorrow too. Mallard's is Saturday, so I don't mind minting 6. I'm in it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll see you in the next.